Hello again. So today we are doing page 6, which is June for the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. It's our final page in our book. And the prompts are hand dyed or hand painted background and a lovely heart for the embellishment. So let's get our final piece. And I have, distracted. I watched that video both of them this morning, and I went ahead and dyed a piece of linen, and this linen is actually one I found at the op shop. It's actually, I found it on a roll. It's really long and it's really lovely, and it's meant for an embroidery, a long embroidery. It's beautiful. And so I've used a little bit of that for my background piece. It's a bit big. I'll just have to cut it down. I might leave that as the inside piece. I need to press it first though. And I dyed it with a tea solution mixed with a little bit of coffee. It's a little bit grungier than I would normally go. A little bit darker than I would normally go. And I the coffee, I sort of had it scrunched up in the solution, and I just held the coffee on, and that's why there's darker patches, and I'm quite pleased with how that's turned out. So I will press that. I don't know if this is hot enough yet, just so we can cut it to the right size so it doesn't look quite as crumply. Okay, that should be fine. Let's see how big we need it. A little bit bigger than this, I think. I might just go to about there. I don't know if I can. No, we won't. Just cut it up. That's not too big. I can always perhaps take a little bit more off. Where's my book? That might be a bit too big. Alright, we'll use that. That's our guideline. See, by the time that goes on there, that should be fine. Because I think this is a little bit, see how it's a little bit smaller? Like that. So that's okay. Might take just a little bit off. A little bit more off, perhaps. So it's not too big. And as soon as they said what the embellishment was going to be, I was so pleased. What's the length like? I'll just take a bit off. Don't want it to be too short. Okay. I was so pleased because I don't know if any of you remember, but way back in the beginning, when they first started the challenge, I showed you a few things of what I had in my box here. Oh, here it is. And one of them was this heart that I made, could have been last year. I actually made it when I was doing the Circle of Friends. Not Circle of Friends, sorry, the Slow Stitch Collab 7. So that would have been the first half of last year, I think. I was going to use it on one of the blocks for that, but I didn't end up using it. I did something else. And what it is it's the corner pieces of handkerchiefs, vintage handkerchiefs, and I've just layered them and made a heart. So I think I'm going to use this, and I will make it a little bit smaller, I think, because as you can see, it takes up that entire page. So let's just see if we can make that a little bit smaller. See how that goes. It's a bit square. How are we going to fix that? It's a little bit square. I don't want that. So, I don't want to completely ruin it, but let's see if we can. Alright, let's have a look. That might be a bit better. Yes, that's a bit better. Like that. Still a little bit square here, isn't it? Might be able to fix that. Oh, let's just pin it. There. And there. I might not need that back layer actually. I think I'll take the back layer off. That's a bent pin, isn't it? Look at the end of that. Oops, hang on, that's moved a bit. Okay, so, and that way, yeah. Like that way the colour shines through it as well, which is really quite nice. But that part there will come in composition, but that's what I'm going to be using. I might just press that a little bit here because it's been sat in that box for the past 6 months, and this is the last month, and I'm kind of pleased because I want to move this box off my desk that's had all the bits in it that I've been using for just about everything that comes along. There we go. Alright, so that will be the heart, but that I will use that in the composition. But let's... What am I going to do on the background? Because it's a little bit plain. don't want to lose. It would be nice just to have like a fine kind of lace or something, or where did I? Okay. Plug my iron before I get. Let's have a look at this. These are like, that's a mesh fabric, and this is like a mesh tulle kind of fabric. And I'm wondering if I can just create some texture on the background. So it's, I don't kind of want to take it away from the heart, really. I'm only playing. This may not eventuate. Can't really rip this stuff very much. Right. Like that. Like that. Let me just bring it up so you can see what that looks like. It's just like a textured background, and then I can do some stitching on it. It could be different. Something a little bit different. Okay. I think so. I do. Okay, so I don't think I will need, I'm not sure. I may do, because it makes it, it gives it a bit more substance actually for stitching on. So just let me try and not lose all that and put that on like that. Okay. Like that. Okay. Just gives it more body, I think. And then I can trim up around the edge afterwards. And I'll just use neutral tones, I think, to stitch. I might do different stitches in neutral tones on the background. There we go. Just like that. So that all needs to be invisible stitched down, and then I'll be back. Let's see what that looks like, and then I'll be back. So that's all invisible stitched on. You can see the back stitching there. And so I am going to use this thread. It is, what does it say? Coates Chain Mercer Crochet Thread number 60. I like this thread. It has a real, it's a nice cotton. It's just, and I think it won't disappear completely, which is what I want. And I thought I might just do a combination of stitches on here. I'll do some running stitches, which is like, you know, just straight up and down. Why am I starting there? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. And I'll do some cross stitching as well, just to mix it up a little bit. And I'm not going to do them too small because I don't want this taking me too long. I have not stitched my book together yet. I have done nothing for the cover yet, so I need to get that all sorted this month. I really do want to finish it by the end of the month. There we go. So that's the running stitch like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do some running stitches all over and some cross stitches, and then I will come back and show you what it looks like. That is all the stitching done. As you can see, it's a combination of cross stitches and just the running stitch. And I left the center where the heart is going to be, and that's the back. And that will be I put two little dots there so I can kind of gauge where to put it. Like there. Like that. I think that's rather nice. And that will be stitched on. I might just pin it on now. Might as well do that. Looking, yeah. A little bit still looks a little bit square. I may just trim that. I do want to leave that, you know, perhaps stitched to there, but so it can still be lifted up. So there's a little bit of movement there. What I would like to do is have perhaps a bow here. A seam binding bow. You know how sometimes you come across very old bows and they've been there so long they're just flattened. I'd like it to have that look, like it's been in the book for a long, long time. I just need the right colour. Just a moment. I would have liked a blue bow, but I don't seem to have any blue seam binding. I do have this grey seam binding, which may work, and it may be quite all right. Let's just tie a bow and have a look. Needs to be a bit bigger than that. Okay. And I want to stitch, but just, you know, to there. I'm not sure. I would have to, I don't know if that's the right colour. I'd have to, kind of needs to be pressed into position and then put on there, I think. So let's have a look. May as well press it before doing anything. I hope it's bright enough. I've got the light on a bit brighter than normal. It's very early in the morning. Oh, my clock needs a battery. I don't know what time it is. It's probably about 6. I'm still drinking coffee. Okay, let's have a look. Make sure the bow looks like a bow. But I just want to do that to kind of, you know, flatten it like that. I need to just open it a little bit there so that it looks like a bow. that. Let's have a look. That maybe. Let's have a look. Be careful, I don't want to scotch that tool on there. Maybe that would look better coming down like that. Yes, so. Like that. Coming down like that. And like that. Coming down like that. Oops, I pulled it a bit. There we go. So like that. And I may need to put something there, something pretty. Maybe, oh, I don't know, a little sparkly centerpiece or something in the middle there. Maybe something bigger than that, but we can do that when it comes to embroidery. But I'm going to say that is probably, unless I come across a bit of blue or something, that is probably my background and my composition for this week. Yeah, I think so. Quite happy with that, actually. It's not overdone at all. So there we go. Background and composition for page 6. I hope you all have a lovely week. Hopefully I'll be back with something else in the next day or so. So take care, everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.